Good afternoon, class, and welcome to your Journeys lesson for today. So we are going to start our lesson with something a little bit different. So we usually start with a phonemic awareness warm-up, which we are still going to do, but instead of listening for beginning sounds of words, we are actually going to be blending them. So just like how we always use our arm to blend our words, we are going to be doing the same today. For example, if I take the word bus, and I put my arm up, and I say bus, bus, bus. That is what we are going to be doing today with some of our words. So let's get started. Our first word is make. Say the word make. Make. Okay, arm up. Are you ready? Ache. Ache. Starts with our M, so we hear has an A, so we hear A, and a K-E, the E is silent, so we hear K. Ache. Make. Very good. Let's do kick, like you're kicking a ball. Say the word kick. Are you ready? Let's blend it. Arm up. Ick. 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 Kick. Very good. Ooh, let's do the word bee. Bee, like a buzzing bee. Are you ready? B-E. B-E. So with that one, I kind of just do the E's in one sweep because it's our long E, so it makes the E noise and not the E. So I say B-E. B. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do the word fan. Are you ready? Fan. 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 So we hear F, A, N. Fan. Fan. And one more. Let's do the word pot. Pot. Say the word pot. Are you ready? Arm up. Pot. 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 So we hear pot. Pot. Very good. Awesome. Let's move on to our frequency words practice. Before we begin our next activity, I'm going to have us review our clip from a little bit earlier where we talked about our daily frequency words. So I'm going to play a little bit of an older clip from earlier this week just to review. Our first word is do. Do. Do is spelled D-O. So for us to cheer it, we're going to say, give me a D. 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 Give me an O. 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 So those are the cheers we're going to do. We've done them before, and I think they're super fun because it gets our arms moving, and we get to sing a little bit. Let's do another one. Let's do the word find. Find. Find is spelled F-I-N-D. Are you ready to do our cheer? Get ready. Give me an F. 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 Give me an I. I. Give me an N. N. Give me a D. 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 Great job. Okay, let's do the word funny. The word is funny. Funny is spelled F-U-N-N-Y. Get ready for our cheer. Arm up. Are you ready? Give me an F. 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 Give me a U. U. Give me an N. N. Give me another N. N. Give me a Y. Y. Great job. Let's do 3 more. Okay. Our word is sing. Sing. Sing is spelled S-I-N G. Are you ready? Give me an S, S, S. Give me an I, Give me an N, N, N. Give me a G, G, G. Woohoo! Good job. Oh, here's an easy one. The word is no. No. No is spelled N. Oh, this is going to be a short cheer. I think we can do it. You ready? Give me an N, N, N. Give me an O, O, O. Awesome. And our last one, the word they. They. They is spelled T-H-E-Y. Are we ready? Give me a T, T, T. Give me an H, H, H. Give me an E, E, E. Give me a Y, Y, Y. Awesome job, everybody. Thank you for doing those cheers with me. So now that we've gone over those frequency words from the other day, I am now going to use those words in a sentence so you can hear what it sounds like when it's combined with other words. Are you ready? So one of our frequency words that we can use in a sentence is the word do. Do. In a sentence, let me think. I could say, I have a lot to do today. I'm sure a lot of us have heard grown-ups say that before. I have a lot to do today. Another word, let's see, what about find? I'm sure a lot of us say this a lot. I can't find anything. So sometimes, when we're looking for something, we feel like we're looking everywhere and we just can't find something. That is a way we could use it in a sentence. Can you think of some other ways we could use the word find in a sentence? Or the word do? What about the word funny? Let's see. I think you all are so funny. That is a sentence I could use for the word funny. You all make me laugh and smile, and I love to hear all of your stories. So I think you all are very funny. Sing is our next word. Let's see, how can I use the word sing in a sentence? Mrs. Collier loves to sing. I'm not very good at it, but I do like to sing. I think it's very fun. Our next frequency word is no. How could we use no in a sentence? Let's think about this. Oh, I know. A lot of us, when we're super tired and stretching in the morning, we can say, oh, I got no sleep last night, which means I did not sleep last night. So that's one way that we could use no in a sentence. And I'm sure you can think of a lot of ways that we can use these words in sentences too. Our last frequency word is they. How could we use they in a sentence? What about they went on a walk in the park? That would be a fun sentence to use the word they. And if you think of any other words and ways that we can use these sentences, just let me know. Now I have just a few questions for you about some of our vocabulary words that we learned this week. So I'm just going to ask you some questions. Let's start. So picture this. If you and I were standing in the classroom together, if we were standing apart from each other, would we be standing next to each other or have some space in between each other? If we are standing apart from each other, would we be standing close together or have some space? If we are standing apart from each other, we would have some space between us because we would have a little bit of distance. So apart means further away from others or separate. This question is, when have you ever had to crept quietly? If you remember, the word crept means to move slowly so that no one notices. Have you ever had to do that? Mrs. Collier has. When she gets up in the middle of the night to get a midnight snack, I have to move very slowly into my kitchen so that my dog Toby doesn't wake up and start barking. Lastly, my last question is, what is something you have done proudly? So proud or proudly means happy to have done it well. So, what is something that you have done proudly? Can you think of one? What is something that you are happy you have done it well? Curious George at school. This is George. He can help a lot. So let's look at our picture. We see, where is George at? Is he on the carpet or is he on the chair? Well, George is a monkey, so let's look for a monkey in our picture. Here he is. George is standing on the yellow chair. He is with his teacher and his class. The class board says, Mr. Apple says, welcome to your first day of school. So it says, this is George. He can help a lot. George can sing. He is funny. Now, boys and girls, if you notice that sing and funny are highlighted, why do you think that might be? Why do you think those two words are highlighted? Well, sing and funny were two of our high frequency words. So we talked about the words sing and funny earlier in our lesson. Why do you think the students think George is funny? When we look at our pictures, do you see George doing something that is funny? Mix, mix, mix a bit. Mix, mix, mix a lot. So if we look at our pictures, we can see that George has found some paint. So he may be in art class or working on arts and crafts with his class. So George is pouring paints into a bucket. He is mixing the paints, and is he being clean or is George making a mess? George is making a mess. We can see our pots or bowls are so messy. There is paint everywhere. He is splashing the paint. Oh no! What do you think might happen next with George and all of this paint? It is a big mess. Oh, so George is realizing that he has made a very big mess. We can see that some of his classmates look very surprised or shocked at how messy the art station is. George ran. What did he find? So it tells us that George ran out of that room. And what did he find? What do you think George is going to find, everybody? What do we think it might be? He got a mop. He had a big job to do. So what did George go and find? He went and found a mop. What do you use a mop for? You use a mop to clean. No. It is a big mess. George is sad, sad, sad. Oh, why do we think George is sad? George could be sad because he has made a very big mess and he tried to clean it up and it looks like the mess just got even bigger. Oh, what do we think might happen next? Do we have any guesses? What do we think might happen next? Let's look closely at this picture. So this picture does not have any words, so we have to look and see if we can figure out what is happening in this picture. So what do you see? What do we see? Mrs. Collier sees a mop that some students are using to clean the paint off of the floor. And some students also have sponges that they are using to clean up the floor. So if you use a sponge to clean up liquid, it helps it pick it up. So what are all of these students doing? They are helping or cleaning. They are helping George clean up his big, big mess. Would you help George clean up his big, big mess if you were in his class? Kids help him do a big job. They can help him a lot. He is not sad. Now that we have reread Curious George at School, we are going to read our decodable for the day. Our decodable's title is Max Fox and Lon Ox by David McCoy and illustrated by Kristen Sora. So let's get started. Max Fox is 6. Oh, what do we see going on in our picture? Where do you think they're at? I would say a birthday party because of the presents, the balloons, and the party hats. So Max Fox is 6. Who do you think is Max Fox out of all these people on the page? Which one is Max Fox? He is Max Fox. Lon Ox is not 6. Sad Lon sits and sits. So this is Lon Ox, and he is upset because he is not 6. He is, what did they say he was? Sad. So he sits and sits. You can see his eyes look kind of mad and he has his arms crossed. So he looks very upset. Let's see what happens. Max got a big box. It is a big, big box. What is in it? So remember, it's Max Fox's 6th birthday, and Lon Ox is upset because he is not 6. But Max gets a big, big box. Do you know what Max got as a present? It's right here. Do you know what this is called? Let's find out. It's a sax. Max plays bip, bop, bop, bop. So Max Fox got a sax, which is short for a saxophone. It is an instrument to make music. So Max Fox got a sax for his birthday. Can Locks Ox play? No. What can Locks Ox do? So Lock's ox cannot play the sax. But what can Lock's ox do? Lon Ox can sing. What song do you think he will sing? It's Max Fox's birthday, and they're holding a birthday cake. What do you think they're going to sing? To sing Happy Birthday to Max Fox. So now if you open up your Reader's Notebook, Volume 1, so the same one we usually use with the cat on the front reading a book, if you go to page 37, we are going to be working with words with inflection S's. So if you need to pause the video to go get your notebook open, please go ahead and do so you can stay caught up with us. So before we get started on this workbook page, Mrs. Collier just wants to talk about something really quick. So when we are adding words with inflection S, all it means is that we are adding an S to the end of a word. For example, if I take the word pot, and I add an S to the end of it, it changes from pot to pots. Same with the word cat. If I have the word cat and I add an S to the end, it goes from cat to cats. And one more, if I take the word hat, and I add an S to the end of it, it goes from hat to hats. So today what we're doing in our workbook, we are working with words with inflection S's. It wants us to name each picture, write the word, and use the words in the box. So if you look at the words in the box, each of these words is going to match a picture below on our worksheet. So it's our job to find out which word matches to each picture. So let's read our words together. Our first word is sits, digs, pots. Pats, sips, bats, and mops. So sits, digs, pats, sips, bats, mops. So if we did not have the S on any of those words, it would be sit, dig, pat, sip, bat, mop. So all we did was add an S to the end of each of these words. So if we look at number 1, we see a girl, and it looks like she is sitting crisscross applesauce. She has her legs crossed, looks like she's sitting on the floor. So what would be the name of this picture? Would it be sits, digs, pats, sips, bats, or mops? What is she doing in this picture? She is sitting. So we are going to write sits because that is our word in the box at the top. Oh, whoops. 1 second. Sorry, everybody, I zoomed in too far. Okay, so like I was saying, we are going to write the word sits underneath our picture of the girl sitting. So we are going to write the word sits. After I use a word, I'm going to go ahead and cross it out because I'm only using each word one time. Next, we see a dog. What is this dog doing in the ground? What is he doing in the ground? Is he mopping? Is he batting? Is he sipping? Is he patting? Or is he digging? Digs. Our dog is digging, so we are going to write the word digs as he digs in the ground. Digs. and I am going to cross out this letter. All right, boys and girls, our last words we have are pats, sips, bats, and mops. So I want you to look at all of these pictures. Look at what they're doing in all of these pictures. And I want you to pick the word that goes to the picture. So we did our first two together. So now I want you to tell me, in this picture, is the word pats, sips, bats, or mop going in the blank? And you only use each of the words one time. So if you have any questions, please just let me know.